I'm seeing this movie by, let's see, I'm seeing this movie by Blessing Obasi TV called The Wars Between Us, and it starred her husband Stan Nze and Bam Bam. This movie has made me to think about why I know I've done an episode where I spoke about. I mean, my last episode would probably be the one where I was talking about how I wanted to experience romance just for like the pleasure of it and the fun of it. And Chinwendu, I am a walking contradiction. I can't believe I said that about myself. I am never one thing, and I don't think anybody in this life is ever one thing, right? But for some people, it's more glaring than others. So for me, I want to experience romance, swoon-worthy, mushy, heartwarming romance, like a heady romance, like a heart-swirling romance, and at the same time, it freaks me out. It freaks me the hell out. And I was just watching this movie, and prior to that, I was doing this whole dramatization of what it would feel like having a boyfriend ask you how your day went, and you guys hanging out together watching a movie. It was just like something I was imagining. I imagine a lot, so I dramatize stuff in my room. This is not the first time it's happening that I watch romantic movies and I just imagine if I was the person in it. And the reaction that comes from me is, the word in my head is disgust. I am disgusted. I am irritated. I am cringing. I'm like, don't say that. Don't do that. Don't kiss her. Of course, I'm saying all of that with a smile on my face. But then I'm just like, oh my God. I think I said this even in the last episode. I don't know how I'm going to receive it. And I'm asking myself, why is that? Why does these things, why does romantic words make me laugh? Why is it cringe? Why do I feel like I'm going to be shy when I am faced with that? And it made me realize that love is actually very embarrassing. Love is the act of professing love to another, of being completely vulnerable to another, of staring longingly to another person's eyes, of playing, of laughing, of hugging, of touching, of hanging out, of stealing glances. It's actually foolish and embarrassing. When love is stripped away, all those things feels like nonsense. I mean, it's fun. It's only fun because of love, or because there is like this, what's the neurotransmitter now? What's it called? There's this dopamine, there's oxytocin that is being like released. Once that thing stops, once love stops, every act feels foolish. And maybe it's now pointing towards, when heartbreak happens, it's like whatever love you had with the person just feels like a clown show in retrospect. Aside from that, another thing that makes love really embarrassing is the vulnerability. It's like, so for me, with the people that I have liked, at least a lot of them, I hate it so well that they didn't know that I liked them. I was ashamed of believing that I, Chinwendu, could actually like a person. And maybe at some point I was just like, what makes you think that they would like you back? Maybe that's why I hate it. But then I was actually like, you're a hot girl. Look at you. Why would you be having all those feelings? And I always do not know what to do with my feelings. I always do not know how to articulate that or make it known that I have all of those things. The only time I would ever express a feeling to another is if I've navigated it, if I know then what to do with it, and if I'm very much done with it. Or like with the people I've told, oh, I liked you. It was because I liked you. It's not because I like you now, right? It was because it was something that happened before, and I'm just, just telling you. Whatever you want to do with that information, that's your business. But I've sorted myself out and I'm on the move. So I always do not know what to do with what I feel. I'm always shy about it. I'm asking myself, why are you ashamed about loving another? Why are you ashamed about being with another? About being that free with another? And from the little guesses I have, because I haven't really, it might be something deeper, but with the little things that I know that I've gone through, it could be self-esteem issues, it could be my longing to just be by myself, it could be because of lack of experience, it could be because fear of rejection, it could be I don't think I deserve to love and to be loved by, these things, I've kind of like sorted them out. I know I deserve love. I know that I have the capabilities to love another, and another has the capability to love me. I know that I'm good, I'm purposeful, I am beautiful, I love myself. I know, but these things can't help but linger. You know how you have dealt with some things. Dealing with it is more like it came from a place of awareness. Like, you know that you're going through all these things. You know you're depressed. You know you have anxiety issues. You know, and you have kind of like found a way to control it. But those things are still there, if that makes sense. And another thing this movie made me think about was, what if, because with Bam Bam and Stan, one thing it made me think about was, Bam Bam was really nice to Stan. Stan was going through a difficult period in his life. His fiancée broke up their wedding, cancelled their wedding, and he became like a shadow of himself. And Bam Bam, who was the event planner, swooped in and, helped him, gave him food and all of those things, became a pseudo therapist to him. I was thinking to myself, I am my imaginary boyfriend. We're discussing. I was asking him, so if Bam Bam didn't become his therapist, or wasn't kind to him, or, didn't cook food for him, didn't provide food for him, would love still grow? And it just makes me think that maybe love is a construct, which is like a lie, but it's like a thought process. Love, it made me think maybe love is a construct that you could actually like anybody, not because of just their physical attributes, but also because of the things they do. So whenever they stop doing the things that made you fall in love with them, you fall out of love with them, one. And if you guys were just meeting for the first time, there's a very big potential that you wouldn't have fallen in love with them if they didn't do certain things. I'm going to repeat that. One, love might be a construct, because if you met this person for the first time and they didn't do certain things, you wouldn't have fallen in love with them. And because of those things they did that made you fall in love with them, if at some point in the middle of that relationship they stop doing those things, you have the likelihood or the probability to fall out of love with them. After having that thought process of, oh, love might be a construct, it then made me think, well, that means everything in this life would then be a construct, because a lot of things need something to grow. The trees, the forests we have needed the soil, a fertile soil. It needed manure. It needed soil. It needed a good soil. It needed sun. It needed water to become a big tree. Your career is booming because you planted something. Your finances is growing because you're planting something. Your spiritual life is growing because you're planting something. And heck, that's the same thing for love. So love is like having a fertile ground and doing things to make it grow. And those things you're doing is like being kind to the other person, helping the other person, affirming the other person, providing for the other person in the time of their need. If you're doing all these things, it's like you're putting manure, you're putting sun, you're giving water to this fertile ground for this tree of love to grow. And it will surely grow. And at any point in time, you withdraw your sun, your water, your manure, it dies. Right? And then using that analogy to reflect into my own life, I was just like, oh shit. The reason why I've never really dated or been in a relationship with another is because I wasn't given anything to make it grow. I already killed the tree before it started growing. I already snuffed the life out of the seedling before it was even planted. Because if I always used to know when people are moving to me, sometimes a lot of times I've been wrong, but the little amount of times I've been right, I snuff it out immediately. So I've had, in the past 2 years, I've had guys walk up to me. I've had guys, calling my number, trying to, take me out on dates. They say things like, oh, I see you're intelligent, you're blah, blah, blah. I would like, at this point in my life, I always have the same script for each and every one of them. I'm like, at this point in my life, I'm just focusing on my career. I'm focusing on making money. I'm focusing on da-da-da. And I would not have time to be in a relationship. I don't have time for you. I don't have time for energy. So this is already dead on arrival. And how long would a person listen to that script for? They just up and leave. And it made me realize that, girl, Chinwendu, you are the person snuffing out the life from a romantic life. You're the one that is causing why there is nothing happening. It's just crickets. It's just silence everywhere. But I'm like, fair to me, because a lot of the people I'm meeting, I do not like them. I'm not attracted to them. They're either very much older than me. They don't look like what I would call a spec. I don't think I have a spec, but they don't look like it. They don't speak like him. They don't act like him. But I've told you I've imagined this thing, and I know somebody will text you now and be like, oh, maybe you have to just be open-minded, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, is attraction not a thing? Can't I just be like, I've never experienced reciprocity. So I've had people like me, but I don't like them back. And I've liked people and they don't like me back. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, can we be serious here for once? And I was talking to my imaginary boyfriend. I was telling him that the reason why we're dating is because you are the first person I chose that chose me back. You're the first person I'm attracted to that is also attracted to me. And I think I should have the powers to choose and be chosen by the same person. I should have that power. I shouldn't just choose somebody because they chose me. So what happens to my own choosing? I'm not just going to date anybody. And I know myself, I'm already irritated by romantic words, by the idea of love. With that irritation, plus the fact that I'm not attracted to you, it's going to be very disastrous. It is cute if it is with a person that actually chose you, because then they will be like, girl, I see what you're doing, and I'm going to say to you until you get used to it. And you like it because you like the person. So it's not a big deal. Oh boy. The point of today's episode is, oh my God, I've been talking for a long time, 17 minutes, imagine. This was not meant to be like this, but I think what I'm trying to say is, if you have never dated anybody, figure out why. What is that thing that is holding you back from not being in a relationship? Are you the person holding you back? Because Lots of the times we are like, oh, nobody likes me, blah, blah. But people actually like you. You might actually just be the one that is, snuffing the life out of your romantic life, right? So figure that out. And if your case is like mine, own it, right? Own it. And I might be losing hope, but with that losing or hopelessness, I still somehow have like faith in the fact that I would like somebody that likes me back and we can experience something deep. I have that faith. I'm holding on to that faith. And hopefully I do not sabotage it with how ridiculous romance makes me feel or how shy I am when it comes to romance. But when that time comes, well, okay,